Hello students, today I'll start the lesson with the topic Rights of Auditor. Before going to the rights of the auditor, we should know what is the meaning of audit, auditing and who is the auditor. Let me introduce the topic. Once we complete preparing the final statements and accounts for the year, the accounting process is over. However, we still cannot be completely certain of the accuracy of these accounts. This is when the concept of auditing comes in. The word audit is a very generic word. It essentially means to examine something thoroughly. In detail, we have to inspect the books of accounts, that is audit. Now, what do you mean by auditing? Auditing in the simple sense can be said as the thorough means in detail inspection, examination of the books of accounts of the organization, and this involves the examination of vouchers and the verification of various assets of the organization. Other aspects of auditing, very important. The one important thing to remember is that an audit is a close inspection of the books of accounts, but it does not absolutely guarantee error-free books. The auditor only expresses his opinion. Listen here, the auditor only expresses his opinion on the accuracy of the books, and he does not give his opinion on the financial status of the company or predict its future. Now, who is the auditor? Auditor is a person appointed by the shareholders every year at the annual general meeting of the company, and he acts as an agent or servant of the shareholders to examine, to inspect the books of the company and make a report to whom? Make a report to the shareholders, because he is appointed by the shareholders. So that's why he make a report to the shareholders about the true state of affairs of the company. So now we will discuss about the rights of the auditor. The first one is right of access to books of accounts and vouchers. Under the section 227, subsection 1 of the Companies Act, every auditor of a company has a right to access the books of accounts and vouchers at all the times. The books of vouchers, the books of accounts and the vouchers of the company, whether they are kept at the head office of the company or elsewhere, the auditor has the right to inspect all these books of accounts and vouchers. Here, the auditor of the company may examine the books and vouchers whenever he likes. The term books that includes not only financial books but also the statutory, statistical and costing books. And you can say the voucher, the term voucher includes documentary evidences like correspondence, agreements, minutes, invoice, debit and credit notes. The second right is to obtain information and explanation. The auditor has a right to ask the directors and officer of the company to give the information and explanation which he may think necessary for the purpose of to discharge his duty as a auditor. And the third one is right to visit the branches of the company. Yes, the auditor, the company auditor has a right to visit the branches of the company for the purpose of to audit the accounts if no qualified auditor has been appointed to audit the accounts of the branches. Now he has the right of access to all the books of accounts, vouchers, etc. of the branches at all the times, even if the company get the branch accounts audited by some other duly qualified person the auditor of the company can visit the branch office and inspect or examine the books of accounts and vouchers at the branch. So the next right is to receive the notice and other communications of the general meeting and attend the same. The company auditor has the right to receive the notice of the meeting, and they can attend every general meeting of the shareholders of company irrespective of the fact whether the accounts are being discussed or not at such a meeting. He has also the right to speak at such meeting when accounts are being discussed. And the next one is right to make statements at the general meeting. Yes, the auditor has the right to make any statements or explanation as desired by him at such a meeting in connection with the accounts audited by him, but he is not bound to do so on his own account. If he is present at the meeting, he is not bound to answer any questions unless he is asked to do so by the chairman of the meeting. The next right is right to correct any wrong statements. Yes, auditor has the right to correct any wrong statements that is made by the officials or the directors relating to the accounts to be led before the company in the annual general meeting. And the seventh one is right to indemnify. He has the right to be indemnified. The auditor has the right to indemnify out of the assets of the company against any liability incurred by him in defending himself against any civil or criminal proceedings by the company, provided the judgment in his favor or the court is of the opinion that the auditor acted honestly. Okay, next one is right to seek legal and technical advice. The auditor has the right to seek legal, expert or technical advice in his duty, but he must give his own opinion in the report and not the opinion of any experts or the lawyers, etc. The next one is right to make representation. When the auditor is asked to vacate his office before the expiry of his term, then he has the right to make written representation at the general meeting of the company, and he has also the right to be heard at the meeting before the resolution removing him is passed. And the next one is right to receive remuneration. He has the right to receive the remuneration if the remuneration payable to the auditor is fixed in the form of annual fee. He is entitled to full year's fee even if he is dismissed during the year. And the next one is right to sign the audit report. Yes, the auditor he has the right to sign the audit report, and he has the right to comment on the inadequacy of the accounting system in his report, and he has the right to report to the shareholders of the company. The auditor has the right to report to the shareholders of the company whether the books of accounts audited by him show the true and fair view of the financial positions of the company, and he has also the right to qualify his report. Thank you.